beautiful people. Welcome back to another episode of the Get On Our Podcast. It's a podcast where we talk about mental health, the trials and tribulations of trauma, and also the art of healing. My name is Ivory. I'm your host, and I'm excited to dive right in. Today, I'm thrilled to welcome a talented creative whose lens has captured everything from high fashion to international pageants. Based in New York, Keiber Diaz Sosa is a gifted photographer and videographer who collaborates with top fashion brands and works closely with pageant queens from prestigious competitions like Miss Universe, Miss Grand International, Miss Supranational, and Miss Cosmo. Okay, you better get it. Keiber's passion for photography began at the age of 9 when he started carrying a camera everywhere he went. Inspired by his older sister's artistry, he found his own creative voice behind the camera. As Keiber once put it, I became a photographer because I can't draw. I can't draw either. What started as a hobby transformed into a career after the pandemic. People began reaching out to learn from him, shadow him, and be inspired by his unique eye and storytelling ability. His journey reminds us that even the smallest spark can ignite a powerful creative path, one that not only transforms your life, but also impacts your community. Everyone, I'm so excited to have my good friend, Keiber. Mm-hmm. He's shy, but hey. Brother, how you doing, man?
I'm doing well. Thank you for having me here, definitely. I know we spoke about having this for a long time.
You were, honestly, what's so funny about this, because you've been here since the beginning of me wanting to do this podcast. You know that?
Really?
Yeah, duh.
I remember you mentioned it before, yes.
Yeah, so I started this podcast October 17th. Right. Mm-hmm. So I remember a few weeks, I think a month before that, I called you, say, hey, I need a photo shoot for my promo pictures for the podcast, yes. Which he did. So if you see the beginning of me looking real rough and real bigger and stuff like that, he took those photos of me for my podcast, promotional photos. And I am forever grateful for that too, because those pictures do remind me of getting older as I am. Lost almost 40 pounds.
Yeah, he looks great now.
Being healthy and stuff like that. And I just want to say I thank you for that. But also just besides that, I feel like I've known you for 2 years. And I feel like the 2 years that I've known you, you've been a really good friend to me. You've helped me out in situations that I never expected to be in, but you was there for me. And you also let me shadow you in a lot of spaces, whether it was like with your people, whether it's in studio sessions with your pageant people, or just in general, you know what I'm saying? Like, I really got to learn a lot more about like high production studio because of you. And I appreciate you for that. I just want to let you know that.
Oh, anytime. Thank you for always like coming with us and, just being a big help.
Being there for hours and hours and
yeah,
hours and hours.
Definitely hours.
You know what I'm saying? But listen, Keiber, I know, like, for me, because I'm a photographer, right? Mm-hmm. And I know that sometimes a lot of people don't know the photographer, right? So for me, this is my platform where people can get to know me, as the person who I am, right? So I would like people to know who you are. Even though I already gave you, like, a glowing review in the introduction, can you please tell people, like, who you are? Don't mind, like, introduce yourself?
Yes, so my full name is Keiber Diaz Sosa. I'm a photographer, videographer based in New York, more accurately, Long Island. And for the people who don't consider Long Island, New York, I agree.
That part.
Yeah. But I'm the owner of NYC Live Production Company, ranges from real estate, videography, photography to food and pageant photography also. We worked with a bunch of international queens, Chile, Spain, Serbia, Germany, Colombia, USA, Mexico. And it's an amazing experience, especially for our students also, to live those different cultures, live how it goes, and to build their own style.
Wow. So with your own style, can you explain to me in one sentence your signature style when it comes to shooting?
I would say glamour and high fashion.
What does that mean, like glamour?
Glamour is like with those very heavy dresses that sparkle a lot, very couture, very aesthetically powerful for women. Showing the dress, showing their walk, powerful presence with that dress is glamour couture.
Ooh, okay. When you said that, I was like, oh, fancy. And so let's really take it back now, because this is called Getting Older Podcast, right? Mm-hmm. So can you tell me about your childhood growing up? What was it like growing up for you? Where'd you stay? What was the family dynamics like? And also just like, what drawn you to become more visual? Even though I said in the intro, like you learned at 9, in the sense of that you like wanted to do photography. What has shaped you to be from childhood, basically?
So as a child, I was very sheltered by my family. They're very cultured. In the Hispanic culture, it's very important to go to school, go to college, get a degree, 9 to 5. You know, that's the basic dream for the Hispanic family.
Right.
And they don't really understand the creativity side of that. So growing up creative was a little bit of a burden because I was taught to study and to read things first, not to go draw or go to take photos outside. And my sister is actually the artistic one in the family. Very good drawer, knows how to paint, knows how to draw with anything, looks realistic. And when she would go to the army, when she went to the army, she would send me letters with her drawings to remind me of like to never give up on being creative. And that inspired me a lot. But I can't draw for the life of me.
No, that part. When I tell you like with my kids and I try to draw like I don't know what's that like the little SpongeBob characters, like the I'm sounding weird to say that. Neoni, like the guy that looks
Doodle
weird.
Bob?
Yeah, Doodle Bob. There you go.
Doodle Bob.
Oh, I was like Doodle Bob. Doodle Bob. Like something like that. Like try like that. That's like how my drawings look too. So that's why you're not alone on that one. Trust me.
But since I couldn't draw, I took a passion of taking photography. And it started when I was 9 with those disposable cameras from Kodak that you buy in CVS and then you just throw away afterwards.
Right.
So I used to buy those, and being 9 years old, I didn't really have any money. So my parents would usually just, for my allowance, would give me money and I would go buy one, especially if I traveled to Peru. And I just felt like capturing the moment was such an amazing thing. Like, okay, if I place this, it makes something different. The color of this looks amazing. How is it going to come out? And not going to lie, my photos came out terrible.
I mean, that's when you first start, they do too. Trust me. Like,
When it developed, I did not expect it to come out that way, that I thought I had in mind. But other than that, I felt like what grew my creativity was my older sister, because she taught me not to be afraid to show that creativity just because I'm in an environment where it's very sheltered. I'm being raised to work a 9 to 5. And she was a little bit of like the black sheep of the family. She was a little rebellious also, but due to the rebellious kind of taught me to not be afraid to show who I am. And by doing that, that created my creative side and led to me, taking more photos, being more harsh on my parents, being like, I want to do this. So.
And how did they take that though? Because at the same time, first you did go to school and get your degree. What did you get your degree in?
So I went to Molloy College in Long Island, and I did marketing and finance.
Okay.
And they did say that we had a deal where they told me, go to college first, and after you go to college, finish your degree, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Go to photography school, go to video school. We don't care. And for me, I didn't want to wait, because I don't like to be left behind. And I feel like if I get left behind, I get stressed. So
Is it stress or FOMO?
Stress. Because I feel like I get left behind. Like cameras every year get more advanced.
Yep.
Editing software get more complicated. So I felt like the bus was leaving and I was there being like held behind. But the good thing is my college was right next to the LIRR, which goes straight to New York City. So I would tell my parents, I'm going to stay a little longer to study, but I would go straight to the city with my camera. I would take photos, go to like little events, try to network with my friends. And basically they didn't know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He had a secret, gotta keep it. So with your environment, it plays a role with shaping your eye and perspective. But like besides it, like what like other artists or photographers inspired you as well as you were growing up?
So growing up, 3 major players that inspired me was Mark Zingerman. He's an amazing photographer, portrait photographer, amazing colors. He doesn't really post as much now. He's more of doing his own app. So he has his own app, creates amazing filters. But at the time, he was one of the major players where everybody wanted to learn from. And he was based in LA. Second was John Snip, which is actually a student from Mark Zingerman. He taught him a few things also, but he had his own different style. It was portraits, very sharp, very detailed in the eyes for people that had colored eyes. And the most recent who actually mentored me, the one that taught me how to use the flash, how to use cameras, and basically have the confidence to boost me out of where I was Danny Bautista. You know, photographer, videographer based in formerly Texas, now in Miami. Talented individual, very kind and humble. He just knows so much about lighting, so much about aesthetics and finding yourself. And he's actually the one that related to me the most because he also said, I'm a photographer because I can't draw.
Oh, okay.
So when he said that, I related so much to him.
Okay. You see, because when I look at like other photographers too, like for me, like my first glamor of a photographer was Annie Leibovitz, because she always done like Vanity Fair and stuff like that. So I remember see like the cool like futuristic like poses or just like the editing and software what she was doing. I used to be like, oh, that's so dope. You know what I'm saying? And like to finally have a camera in my hand and actually create that yourself, it's like, you know, it's amazing. But yeah. So for you, when did you realize photography was more than just a hobby? Was there like a defining project or breakthrough moment that made you realize like this is it?
I would say it was the first year I attended New York Fashion Week. I was very young. I went with one of my friends from high school, and we applied to try to be a photographer there, and we got rejected. We got rejected for so many years to attend New York Fashion Week, but we still tried to sneak in.
So how would you get rejected as a photographer in Fashion Week?
So you would apply through email, and if you didn't hear back from them, you got rejected.
What is like the qualifications for you to become a photographer in Fashion Week?
Have a good portfolio. Definitely run with portfolio. Now it's a little bit more lenient, but before in the days it was a lot more strict. They wanted to see your website, your portfolio, the works you've done, the brands you've worked with. Now anybody can get into Fashion Week just by applying. But before it was a little bit more high criteria.
Okay. So when you was doing all that, that was one of those moments where it's like, this is where I need to be. These are the rooms that I need to be in. These are the people I need to rub shoulders with, elbows with, and stuff like that to just be with my people, basically.
Yes, because seeing those other photographers with the gear they had and the photos they were capturing that I knew I wasn't capturing myself with the camera that I had was a very humbling moment. And for that, I started connecting more. I started networking. And that's when it started to come together. And I was like, I can make a career out of this. And by networking, brought a lot of opportunities. Literally a few days after that, I got my first brand job.
Nice.
Not because I took a photo, it's because I made a connection with another photographer that wanted me to help him out.
I'm saying sometimes you just gotta network with the right people sometimes, even if you're just helping out or just having a slight conversation, like elevator pitch or whatever not. It comes in handy.
Definitely.
I've learned that a lot. Even when I was in LA a lot of times, I was like meet people sometimes like, thank you. You want I have to hook up for you. This is like, oh, okay, that's how we're doing it, you know?
Especially in this area, a lot of photographers gatekeep because it's a very saturated area. So if you do find someone that helps you out or tries to get you along on a project that it's going to help you out in the future, it's a blessing.
And that's how I live with you, though, because at the same time, it's like, even though I feel like we do different photography, or different types of photography and stuff like that, I still feel like even other photographers like that do events and stuff like that. Like I do like to, like I'm a nice person. I like to really just like get to know everybody. I'm not here to steal your clientele. I'm not here to do this and that. But like I like to learn as I go with other people and also just like create a vibe with it. But I realize I have to also remind myself that it is a competitive field. You also have to understand that there are people here who really are just there for themselves. And they're also make sure like, okay, I can use you for this moment, but not talk to you for like the next like 2-3 years and stuff like that. They come back to you like, oh, I see you doing good, man. Like, yo, like, can I come to this release party? Can I do this and that? Like all the time, you know, like shit like that. So for me, it's like, that's why I like that with you. You're always like, you invite your peoples and your people who are really interested in to create the vision that you see and also add on to the vision. That's more than like we need. But sometimes people just be like, whatever. I had too many experiences with this. That's why I say that. That's why I say you're actually one of my favorite photographer friends. It's
Thank you.
You know, people just don't, they don't give with it. That's all I'll say.
Yeah, one quote I always live by is people love to see you do good, but never better than them. So if you're dealing with that person, it's a little hard to understand.
Clock it. What does photography mean to you versus what it meant before, as in your creative process and things? That's what I want to know.
So before in the creative process, it was just to accept jobs, go, do the photo shoot, do the video, and then basically just carry on my way. Later on, do the edits, deliver the edits. Now it's a little bit more planning, more have a meeting with the person. what they want, bring the beauty out of them, what their end goal is, depending if it's commercial, if it's, the international queens.
Mm-hmm.
So my process is more of getting to know you, making sure you're comfortable, and being able to project that and bring out the best in the project that you're trying to do.
I agree. And what was the biggest challenges you faced when starting out? Because I feel like we all have those stories when you're first starting out and trying to feel like, okay, I have a camera in my hand. What do I do now? So like, can you tell me like your first times of like achieving, succeeding, or failing at like your first photography experiences?
So the biggest issue for me, and I'm pretty sure every photographer, is finding your niche.
Mm-hmm.
Finding the style that portrays you the most, that makes you excited to edit. Because honestly, what I say is when you're trying to find your niche, that can either make or break you. That's the area where like a lot of photographers stop and quit,
Mm-hmm.
or pushes you to go further. And for me, it was changing styles, like you said. 2 years ago, I was doing a different style. Now it's more glamour. So I found my niche. And for me, it was a lot of trial and error, a lot of lighting techniques
Yeah.
that you have to understand. That's what I always tell people. It doesn't matter the camera you have. Understand lighting, understand the basics of the camera. You're golden.
You taught me a lot about lighting though, because when I was shadowing some of your shoots and stuff like that, and then there was times when you're like, oh, do this, or like this like different frequencies of lighting. I was like, wow. Like for me, especially when you're in like the editing process too of certain things. So again, like a lot of my light is mostly natural light a lot of times. Cause I use studios sometimes, but not as often. So again, I like, for me, my niche for like photography is like, I call myself like the Barbara Walters of like photography, where it's like, I love doing more Q&A with you. So for me, it's like, of course you want the shot. You want like that glam, this and that. But like for me personally, I like to have like a real honest conversation with my person or muse, I'll say, that I'm shooting. And I feel like those becomes like the best photography for me, you know? Because I feel like when I just like started starting out, I would just like, okay, like pose like this, pose like that. But wait, but like, how was your day? And stuff like that. Or like, what is this in your hair? Or like, what are you thinking about? Like when you see like the sky right now, like what does that tell you? Or just like little things, like any antidotes of things like that to say to them. And I remember just being like, I like this, you know?
Because you're a very communicative person and you love people and you love like the energy. You go off by the energy. And I feel like that portrays in your photography. So you found your way of taking photos. And if it works for you, then you're on the right path on that.
I mean, yeah, but for me, like I started when I was 14. So for me, it's like I've been doing this for 14 years now. And I started with a company called Studio 15 Productions in New Jersey. And I'll say shout out to Justin Scheider and Kasai McCoy for that, because they was the first people that kind of like got me into a production group, because I went to a performing arts school. So a lot of the times where I got introduced to TV production class when I was like 12. And I remember just like on iMovie learning, just like putting clips together and stuff like that. And I was like so fascinated with just like the editing and everything. And I remember in my 8th grade year, it's like kind of like the performing arts was like a major. Like you gotta pick your major of what you're doing. Like I had theater my 7th grade year. 8th grade, I was like TV production, man. I remember just even going to like the NBC studios or Rockefeller to go see like the studio tours and just seeing like the Jimmy Fallon show or like Saturday Night Live and stuff like that. That just made me more realize like, damn, this is the type of shit I want to do. And I remember just doing that. Then there was a guy named Justin. He had a church and he had like music studio production and beats, stuff like that. Then his friend Kasai was doing photography, and they asked me if that can be a part of them. So it's like you have the photography, the video, and the music engineer. So for me, it's just like I remember just like, okay, I'm down. Like, let's go. Like I get to work with people who want to work, right? And I remember just like getting into like seeing like Kasai do his photography. I remember just like, I kind of like this one too. Like, you know, so and then like we do like sweet 16s and like weddings and stuff like that. So for me, that's how I feel like my communication as a photographer came from events, because I did so many events in my teen years of just like making sure like the person I'm shooting is good, making sure the people around me is good and stuff like that, making sure we get the angles of shots and what kind of things you want. So like that made me realize like just keep asking questions and always have like high energy and stuff like that. But I don't know, like for me, that's always made me realize like to just give someone like their photo back, that's been like the most like rewarding feeling for me at that time. And I feel like that's why it was so like pure and so honest for my love of photography before we got into the politics of it, which we'll get to in this interview. But you know what I'm saying? Like, just like, those are like the reasons why I always think about that too, like why I got into it. But besides of just like, you know, talking about like the politics of like photography, was there any moments when you wanted to quit?
A bunch of times, yes.
Was it like a specific moment when you really was like frustrated, like, nah, like I'm not doing this shit, like fuck this shit, like, you know what I mean?
I had about like 3 times I had that in my life where I said that to myself.
Tell me more.
So definitely it leaned more to the beginning of my career. Mostly when I got into college, balancing college work, doing photography, going to the city, sometimes it will get overwhelming.
Oh, I know.
Especially during like midterms or like finals. And I would just say, I can't do this. Why am I stressing myself out? I'm not going to stress myself out. Other students are just studying, going home, getting sleep. I'm doing triple the amount of work to myself for something I'm not even know it's going to be secure. So I quit for a year. Summer came back. I started again. And throughout the summer, more free time. So I would go in, and then same thing would happen. Midterm finals, I would just stop. But I will always find my way back to it. And that was mostly because of my friends also. My friends are a big inspiration to me also, because they also were a very creative group. One wanted to be a men's influencer, you know, with the suits and everything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's Nigerian. His name is Ola Daramola Takumbo. Amazing friend. We still talk. It's like our friend group from high school. We still talk. We still have barbecues. We still get together once in a month or something like that. It's a very strong friendship. I had one that wanted to be a designer, and he worked in like major designer companies in New York. I had one that wanted to be a comedian, and I had another one that, you know, wanted to work in New York productions. He actually is working in New York productions. He sets up those events around New York now. He's part of that team.
Period.
Yeah. So they would really help me. Like, they'll be like, Keiber, let's do this. Take photos of me. Or like, let's take videos of this. Let's make content. Do you remember those videos on Instagram, early Instagram, those type of funny reel videos?
Oh, like the Vines?
Yeah, the Vines.
Yeah.
So we would do those, and we would post them on my old account that I deleted, so you can't find me.
Yeah, man.
But they would always take me out of my shell when I'm studying. They'd be like, let's do this, take an hour, 2 hours, let's go hang out, bring your camera. And they would just practice. And then when I would try to practice my lighting or practice like different settings when I first started, they would be my models. And
I use my friends as my models all the time. Like, you want to take some pictures today? Like, yeah, they love that.
Yeah, definitely. And the thing was that it doesn't matter the time. It would be like 1 or 2 a.m. in the morning, and they would still be there helping me. Literally with edits or learning something else. They'll be like, Keiber, try this new way of editing, or Keiber, try this new settings. They were like my energy to keep on going. So I'm always forever grateful for them. And I always tell them, NYC Live isn't just my company, it's our company. Because they played a big part.
And I think those are the times where people that help you shape like your companies and stuff like that is amazing. Because for me, like after I did Studio 15, I did 96 productions for myself, but I had 2 of my best friends, Brandon and Steven, who aren't really like photographers, but now they can take pictures. They're really good.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, just like business aspect of like, we did like marketing for like a website, we did t-shirts and stuff like that, or just like Sweet 16 events and other little events like that. So for me, like, I'm always grateful for that. Even we just got a camera with the money that we made from the events, stuff like that, to add on to it. So for me, it's, like I said, I'm forever indebted with them because like, I remember just wanting to be on my own and branch out for the first time after Studio 15. Like, damn, like, I want to do this, but I feel like I need help. And like, they were the type of people that was there for me for years after that, in that sense. So like I said, when you say that, like, it's not just art, like my company, it's our company. I always feel like that with them, like they're a big part of why I'm doing what I'm doing still. Cause like I needed that push, you know what I'm saying? Cause we do. But besides, like, speaking of like push, right? I was gonna ask you, like, was there ever like a moment, like when you was doing the photography, like any like a shoot or anything like that, that you might have messed up on? Have you ever, what was like the most valuable lesson that you learned from that?
What I learned from that is you become better off when you learn from your mistakes rather than make them again. So if you make them again, that's by choice. And for me, I made a lot of mistakes in my early photography, videography career. If it's by lighting or like camera settings or just the photos just coming out terrible, or the most common one, not formatting your SD card and the images come corrupt and you lose everything.
Oh,
Yeah.
I never had that. I had like battery malfunctions before where it's like, I think I'm safe. Like I got 2 batteries. It dies the first hour because I think one thing I'm clicking. And then like, oh shit, I'm dead. Then I do another one. Then I'm like clicking. And then again, it's dead. So for me, to have like battery issues and lighting issues too. Like, and then when you look at it, like, oh,
Yeah.
shit. Like I used to really like be like clench. Like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah. It's like that nervous adrenaline that comes in that you're trying to figure out what to do. Like the battery issue also. For me, I try to make it into a habit. So every time I do have a photo session or video, when I'm not using the camera, my finger automatically, without thinking, just turns the camera off. But that's a habit that you built because of that mistake that I had before. Lighting equipment, I bring more lights that I need just in case. Because there was a scenario one time when I was shooting this event, and I think it was a baby shower. And I didn't expect the place to be so dark because they told me it was going to be good lighting.
Right.
I didn't bring a flash.
Oh.
So the photos came out grainy and the photos came out very blurry. But thank God that, you know, the clients, they were understanding, and, you know, we did a following photo shoot after.
Which is okay, good.
Yeah, like a following one.
We love makeup.
Yeah, definitely. Like a little bit more like family aesthetic.
Aww.
So we made up for it. But that taught me like a lot of things. That was my biggest like red flag right there, where I was like, I messed up.
No, that happens,
Yeah.
and you have to learn from. That's why I'm saying, like, even with you, it's so funny because we have your cameras here today, by the way.
Yeah.
And it's so funny. It's like you always like when I see you, and because like, how tall are you?
I'm like 5'5", around there.
Oh, I'm taller than you. I'm 5'6".
Yeah.
Short kings, man.
Right.
But no, like I always see you. It's so funny because I always look at you because you always have a suitcase with you everywhere you go, and it looks so big. And I feel like, are you okay? Like, yeah, because you go to the gym too. I realize with your arms. Like, don't let the shirt fool you, friends. But this man be in the gym at like 6 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning, right after editing. You're like onto it. But I see like you're always like double packed with everything because you have to be, because you never know what's gonna happen. Sometimes it's like I can assume, which is bad to say, like that the photography event's gonna be as perfect as it goes, but everything you do doesn't go as perfect as we want it to go. You know what I'm saying? And I think I had to start to realize that more now. Like, okay, like I'm 4 batteries deep. I make sure my lights are charged to the gods. I have 4 SIM cards too. Like everything is like doubled just in case. You know.
Yeah.
It's inevitable, anything that happens, you know?
And actually the funny part is I carry so much that my students and my friends know that I always have a backup. So whenever they're in an emergency, they call me, Keiber, are you in the city? Keiber, are you in Brooklyn? I'll drive to you. Do you have an extra battery, memory card, extra lighting? I'm like, yeah, just come by. I got you. So, yeah.
I'm telling you. Yeah, if you were in the city, I'd be like, if I need you too, but no. So I have a question for you. Have you ever struggled with comparison or imposter syndrome? And how do you deal with it? And also, how do you stay motivated with the things that doesn't go as planned?
Yes, I used to, especially when you asked me about like my idols, Mark Zingerman, John Snip, Danny Bautista. I would compare my work towards them, and I would get frustrated saying, why don't my photos not come out like theirs? What are they doing? What program are they using? I used to blame it on the program. I used to blame it on the camera they had, on the lighting. Oh, it's because they have this expensive equipment and I only have this. And I feel like people that do that, they just want an excuse. And for me, it's fine. It's the biggest compliment if you want to imitate, you know, your influencer, someone you look up to. But my way of thinking is you truly master your craft and you truly become a real artist when you're able to imitate it, but then add your own weight towards it. So add a little bit of Ivory in there, a little bit of Keiber in there, and it becomes original. Once you complete that and you converted that style that you wanted to copy into your own, that's when I feel like you truly mastered your craft.
And I agree with that. And that's just also in life too, because I realize like, I know with you, like I see your work and I see like the technology, the equipment that you have and stuff like that. I'm like, damn, like you got money. But also just like it's good. But also I also realize in life, like you are who you are. I am who I am. You can't replicate that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, it's like I've always had like remember just like early on, like just like going on Instagram and posting before my photos. I'm like, used to care so much about the likes. Like, oh, I hope people like this photo or stuff like that. It was the editing off or this and that, but it's my style. And also like I'm confident in the work that I do. And I know that I'm a great photographer and stuff like that. So sometimes like, I have those moments too, like, damn, I'm seeing all these people who are in LA too, because LA was definitely that was the hustle place too, when I tell you. But like to see all the people, like it's like they could do the Photoshop with the double and this and that and nah. But also it's just like, dude, like you're good too. You could keep learning and keep going at your rate too, but work what you gotta work with. Because even like though, like I used to like even like excuses, like you said, like I always see people who are filmmakers, like I don't have the right equipment. Bro, people be making movies off the iPhones and going to film festivals.
Exactly.
You could do anything, put your mind to it. Imagination.
Exactly.
Know? So that's what I'm saying. I get that a lot because that's like something that a lot of us don't really talk about too much, I see. You know what I mean?
And honestly, it's not even about like the likes, reviews, or anything. As long as you feel comfortable, like you said, that you're the great artist, that you love the image, that should mean more to you than the likes and views.
I think after a while, for me personally, I'll be honest, I think like for doing it for so long, at a point probably, let's say maybe 6 years after getting into it, it's kind of like, oh, I want more, right? I hear this, I feel like I can be viral. I could be more mainstream and stuff like that, you know? But sometimes it's just like trying to replicate like what of certain shots of what everyone else is doing, where it's like, okay, like someone else did that. You're just trying to replicate that to get what, you know?
Trying to be a copy. And honestly, the biggest truth I was ever told and that I realized and I saw in person is those people with like not a lot of followings usually have like the most business. Like they have like deals with like businesses, agencies, corporations, getting sponsored by like different lighting, agencies, lighting companies, and they only have like 1,000, 2,000 followers. And these people with like 100K, 300K, they have their own deals, but most of the time the ones with lower followers are the ones that are like the one that stay a little bit low. They be plotting, like they've been connected. So it's like a big truth that I found out.
Oh, okay. You heard it here first. Now, how do you? Because you do work a demanding job. Like I'm saying, like it's not like the easiest job in the world to do with photography. So how do you take care of your mental health while you're in like a lot of these like demanding high pressure stakes when you're shooting?
So like you said, I'm in the gym early sometimes, but then my favorite thing to do is take a walk. Sometimes I just close the laptop, get out of my house, walk for like a good 1 or 2 hours, look at nature, think of like ideas. And even though I'm still working in my head, I'm like, okay, looking at certain things. How can I use this? How can I use that? It's nice to like get away from the laptop, get away from the phone, get away from like meetings and like deadlines, and just breathe the fresh air. Look at everything else. It relaxes you. That's what I do.
Now, has photography also served as a therapy or a coping mechanism?
It has. Usually when I'm a person that if I'm not doing anything, I get anxious. If I'm not doing anything, I get stressed out. So for me, photography, keeping my mind going, keep on learning, because photography is a category where you keep on learning. Every year something new comes out, you have to learn it or you get left behind. Once you get left behind, it's going to be a hard time catching up.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Like with AI and everything, there's people that are against it. I'm going to learn AI. My way of process is better. They're out of business now.
I mean, you have to give it the times, though. That's just it. Like, as generations and as we move as people, like, there's so many new things that comes with it. It's like a phone. It's like, you can't have that raise your phone forever.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
like that. It's going to die out. You got to move on to the next thing and stuff like that, you know?
Yeah, exactly. But I feel like it has been like a good output for me because whenever I'm stressed, I start planning new things, like my emotions, or I start looking at new things that I can do with lighting or photos. It distracts me. And then distractions creates art. So then I feel better myself because I'm like, instead of just staying still and not doing anything and feeling bad about myself, I use the negative energy to create positive energy. And then I'm looking at my work and I'm just like, wow, I created that.
With creating that, what creative things goes on behind the scenes when you're shooting, though?
So the creativity is basically adjusting the lighting. For me, the most fun part is the outfit. Definitely the reason why I love Glamour is because of the sparkles, because of how it looks and what the light hits it. And like their makeup with the glam, just, I don't know, it just inspires me to do more. Like it gets me like motivated. And you can see it in my shoots. I'd be saying like, perfect, amazing, like, let's do it again. I get hyped when it comes to like those type of like glam shoots. But you have to light it perfectly. Because when it comes to those things, the creativity, you need to have the right lighting. You need to have the right dress. You need to have the right hairstyle, the makeup, right area, scenario, depending on the creativity that they want to portray. So it takes a lot. People might think like a 15 reel clip is like, should be like 25 minutes recording. It's more than 5 hours around
Do
there.
you remember the water thing I did with you?
Yeah.
I need to add this clip onto this part because when I tell you, like, can you break down that moment? Can you, I guess, also explain to the people that are visually watching this, explain that moment you did with one of your models and the lengths we had to go to get that 15-second reel. Please. When you just said that, I was like, oh, I remember just being there all night in Long Island. Please.
And in the cold.
No, yes, because we was outside. Please explain. Can you tell them what that type of shoot was, please?
So this was a shoot that we were doing with one of my favorite models, Scarcy Marte. She is a Dominican queen. She won.
Hey, girl.
She made top 10 in Miss Grands, and she's actually competing in Telemundo right now for the Miss Universe Latina.
Ooh.
So she's on TV right now in Colombia, fighting for that spot. Definitely, rooting for her. She's gonna do amazing. Whatever happens, she already won. So in my head, she already won.
Yeah, she's amazing anyway.
Yeah, amazing model, amazing energy. Really looks like a very fierce model. You've seen her.
Yeah, she's dope.
Yeah, like very talented. And we had this idea because she just came back from competing. So she was traveling Thailand everywhere after the title. And this was like, I feel like her first month back or something. And I reached out, let's do something for your title. She agreed, came all the way from, I believe it's like past Yonkers. And we were like, let's do a water idea. Let's do something with water and let's do something with sand. But the thing is studios in Brooklyn and New York, very strict with water.
Yeah.
Very strict. Don't even let you like do confetti anymore. They'll charge you like an arm and a leg.
Damn, even if you clean up the confetti still?
Yep. Because it stays stuck. Even if they see like one little glitter, invoice, added charge.
Oh, damn.
Yeah. And I've seen it before. It's happened to me before where I got charged. I believe the most I got charged was like a $600 penalty because I used a fog machine.
What?
They're very strict, very, very strict. Some of them are very lenient, but a lot of them are strict.
Oh my goodness.
So I just had my garage redone and it was like pretty high. So I was like, let's do it in my garage. We won't be charged for time. We can be as messy as we want. And we have the material here. And by material, I mean like the hose in my background.
Yeah, I don't know that part.
But we went to Home Depot and we got the wood. The wood ledges, we put it into a square, got the plastic bag, put some water in there, put the white backdrop behind her. It was cold because I feel like it was like fall, right? Fall going into like winter.
I think so, but it also rained. Remember, it rained for a little bit, and then I remember we were setting everything up, getting the sand spread out. I remember that part, and then just like the water. But really just like taking turns with the shot of just trying to get her together and stuff like that. Yes. And I was just like, I loved it, but I was like, damn, this is a long like setup for certain things you had to do. And that's why I said like, I respect it.
Thank you. It's more like the hustle. And when you have people there helping you, because we had a team of, I believe like 4.
By the way, a vibe. All of them were a vibe. So far, half of you guys on Instagram. You guys are dope, by the way.
Yeah, they're very talented. And I love how like whatever crazy idea I have, they're on with it. They're like, let's do it. If we fail, at least we know we tried.
Yeah, but that's the whole point of that's the type of people you need around you anyway. Because sometimes it's like, I don't want to be people who are just like, I don't know if I want to take that risk or not. No, let's just try it. Yeah. If we love what we do and stuff like that, let's do it. Exactly.
Because you don't know if that can go viral or not. You don't know if that's the one that blows you up.
You never know. You never know. That's why I always say to myself, like, some days, like, when I'm doing this podcast, I'm like, I'm just gonna keep chatting and we'll just see what makes it, what doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like there's like little things like that, but also just trust your gut and stuff like that. If you're creative, you should be thinking outside the box anyway. So it's like, why are we gonna steal it? Are we gonna be lazy or are we gonna actually execute?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like we gotta keep it moving.
Yeah. And also, like I said, like this field is very saturated. So everything has been done already. Mm-hmm. If you can think of something that hasn't been done or it's gonna add a little bit of twist towards it, do it. You'll be a trendsetter. And people are going to try to recreate the things that you've created, because people have tried to recreate the water one and the sand one. And just by seeing how much people are trying to recreate it, it feels good. Knowing that you started that trend, even though we went through a lot. It was more than like 6 hours. It was cold.
It was a lot.
We even put an umbrella on top of the light outside going through the window.
Yes.
Yeah. And then, changing the setup too from sand to water, completely different elements. And having her, she was cold, but she toughed it out. She's a real one.
She was good,
yeah, definitely. And the whole team, we had a whole makeup team, hairstylist. We had a BTS person.
Too.
Yeah, definitely. And the whole team was just putting in work. And I feel like it came out so amazing. Even if it was like 15 seconds, I feel like those 15 seconds were just like all that work that we all put in that came out. And it went viral also. So
I know that I love the time lapse you did with all of us setting it up before too. Like it just shows like how much how much you have to put work into things and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I was like,
that was actually Diego. He has Diego, one of my friends, photographer friends and videographer. He has these quirky gadgets, like how we got the time frame and how it went it went fast. It's because he had this little magnet camera he put on top of the garage door, and it just recorded the whole thing. I didn't even know until he was like, "Oh yeah, let me take it out," and I was like, "Oh okay."
Go Diego, go! You know what I'm saying? Now, how do you choose what or who to shoot, and what's your process like when planning a shoot from start to finish?
So who do I choose it depends on what I'm shooting. If it's restaurants or corporate, that's just yes. If they fit the budget and they want to pay, we do it for them. If it's more of a model agency, pageant queen, we have to talk to the directors, talk with the ideas to see if they fit the budget also. Okay. Because if they want an idea that's amazing, it's going to cost more than a normal studio, idea. So we talk to those, we have a meeting with them, plan the ideas, plan how everything's going to be executed, designers, makeup team. What are you going to provide, or do I need to provide it for you also? And based on that, the price goes up. But planning wise, it is a meeting with all parties. Usually if they have a team, either Zoom or in person, cup of coffee, and we talk about the whole thing. We plan everything after that.
Okay. And when you're doing that, sometimes again, you're in a lot of these meetings trying it with brand deals and stuff like that, endorsements. Do you ever get creative blocks? Sometimes when you have so much of those coming in, sometimes of what to do.
Yes, because sometimes these brands have certain requirements that limit your creativity. So if you're trying to create something and it's not within their requirements, they can't use the content. So they're very strict with that. With Nanlite or GVM or whatever brands I work with, they always send me a criteria of what they expect, when they expect it, and the type of content I need to give them. So I'm very limited on those type of things. But it's also, they're giving me free lighting things. So, it's a
you got
give and
nice
take.
Free lighting that once a month, so I was like,
Yeah, it's good because lighting is the most expensive part. Lighting and the lenses. So
it's got some lenses. I was like, oh, it's not. Let's say it's not a cheap thing to do. It's not a cheap That's why sometimes people's I kind of look at it as I like that people do photography, and I think I had last week I saw one of my cousins. She's older. She's I'm trying to do photography as a hobby, which is fun. But I always tell people if you're gonna invest into it, really make sure that's you love it. Because again to keep maintain parts to redo more and more things, equipment, software, it's not cheap.
It's not.
And that's for me, sometimes I used to get a bit discouraged, oh, I can't afford this one at the moment. But eventually when I do, it's just it's a lot. You got to keep with it. So when you say sometimes I get stressed when you're feeling left behind, I get FOMO because I'm damn, I can't afford it. But it's eventually when it's time, but I can. But It's just, it's so hard.
Usually with those scenarios, I used to have those issues too. Like I said, when I would like compare my equipment to other people's equipment, and there's always a way out. That's when I discovered networking and events, or going to like these little mini Adorama B&H events, or going to Nanlight events. If you go there and meet the right people, they will help you out, and they make life so much cheaper for you. Like the amount of lights they've given me, I feel like equivalent, it will add up more than the $10,000 of lighting equipment they have given me throughout the years.
Yeah.
And that's $10,000 I've saved. And also with the lenses also. The lenses are, a mediocre lens will run you around like $2,000, $3,000. The best lens, like maybe $5,000, depending on what brand of camera you have and everything. But if you make the right connections, you save so much money. And they are events now everywhere, because now photography, videography, content creation is everywhere. Everyone's doing it. So people are making like a lot of events. There was an event this past, I think it was in June, called the B&H Build Expo. And I work with B&H a lot. I love their creators. Like, definitely shout out to them. They help me out with a lot. And they're such amazing people. And they have this event every 2 years, where they bring every camera brand, Sony, Canon, Nikon, Fuji, Nanlight, GVM, even brands you never even heard of. They're just starting out. They have like little booths there. But what I have noticed, that a lot of people go there just to have fun, just to like walk around, joke around, be with friends, and they just leave. And honestly, from the first event they had, like the first year they had, I went, the amount of business cards I gathered looked like a whole book.
Yeah.
And out of those like 40, 50 business cards, like 13 of them became my sponsors, giving me free things. Just because I took the time to go around, make conversation with them, connect with them, get their Instagram, personal information. With the right connections, you can save a lot of money. And that's something that people, I don't think, understand, because this recent one, I saw a lot of people just like, having fun, which is good. It's a nice event, creators, connection. But also you want to do something that helps your business side also, which is what I say a lot. A lot of people can be amazing creators, amazing artists. But if you don't understand the business side of it, you're not going to profit. And eventually it's going to make you stop and quit.
And I think I had like a moment. So funny you said that. I had like a moment, I would say, probably the time I met you, like 2023. I had a lot of moments out here. But I remember just being in that funk before, of just like with photography being one of my questions of life. Like, damn, like, is this something that I still want to do? Am I profiting more? Am I doing this more? Like, there's so much in my head, but also just realizing like you have to, for me personally, I think I kind of lost the joy a little bit when it did come into like business and the politics of it so much, because it's like, again, like you're investing, adding more money and this and that to it, and then I'm saying, okay, I added this money, I paid this, and then like I get what, like a $50 profit after this, like like little things like that in my head, and it became like, wait, why is it so money consumed? Why is it so this and that, And then it came to the point where it's just like, I keep it for me, and I've recently like stopped like kind of like sharing my photography on my Instagram, because I still do it. Like I just did like a bridal event. I just did a Sweet 16 this year, and I did a wedding event this year as well. Like,
wow,
I do pretty well. Like I do really well with business and stuff like that still, but it's just like, I think now I am trying to transition out of events, because again, like events is like an extra payday for me. You know what I'm saying? Like it's extra money. But for me, like I was saying earlier in the conversation, like I'm more into like a Q&A. I'm more into like a one-on-one shoot. Portrait shooting is really like my type of bread and butter. You know what I'm saying? And like this year, which I've been manifesting, and again, like networking with people, and we'll be more networking next month in the fall. I would like to put more of my photography that I've been shooting recently into galleries in the fall.
Oh, okay.
Because I really want to have conversations, like endless conversations about the photography, and just to pick people's minds and to see real reactions. So instead of like the reactions on Instagram, I'm more into like people seeing it more in real life. And that's why, like, for me, it's like if I'm going to continue with my photography journey, like I want to have these type of conversations with people. You know what I mean? Instead of just like, yeah, I mean, like a good Nike deal, this and that'd be cute and all, or whatever,
Yeah,
or
of
event
course.
here too. But like, if you're asking me like what I would like to do more now is in portrait shooting, but live, where people are seeing it and we're talking about it. And then I think I will like, network more with people who want to work and collaborate, which is amazing and stuff like that. But that's like, for me, when you were saying that, I was just like, you do have to network. You do have to meet these people. It doesn't matter if you're picking up their business card or not. Like you could be like, I could hit this person up for something, or they might use me, or hey, I have this hookup. What's up? So that's something what you said is something that we all need to do, and not just in photography, in all fields of what we do. That's like the most important thing, because a lot of us don't understand marketing. A lot of us don't understand the business sides of things and putting yourself out there. Even for the podcast too, it's like I gotta really put myself out there. As much as I get cringe sometimes of how many clips I post, sometimes it's like, no, you have to. And I've been reached out by a couple of podcasters now that actually want to talk to me, which is like cool and stuff like that. But it's like you gotta put yourself out there, and that's something where it's like, even if the insecurities of not having the best equipment or having this or that, you know what I'm saying? Like so many different things. It's like I'm in my head, like, relax, dude. You are dope. You are a prize. Just like you are too. So we have to always like remember that.
Especially since like you broke like that glass window, and now like you said, you have podcast people hitting you up and everything.
Yeah, man.
It was that fear that was holding you back, and then you just broke through it. Like your biggest regret you're ever gonna have is not doing it. And you conquered that. So definitely congrats to you. I'm very proud of you. Because I know when I started working with you, or when I met you, you did mention something about a podcast, that you always wanted to do a podcast, that was like your goal. And now look, we're here.
I just felt like for me, like doing this podcast, again, it's like getting older is the trial tribulations of life, right? So I feel like we go through so much in life. And for me, it's like, I'm a very inquisitive person. I like to know things. I like to learn things. And I also like to reflect on things. And I think that for me is like, especially with photography has, people know me. If you know me, I do photography, but it's also just like kind of been on the back burner. So like to have you here, it's like you're talking about like so far your journey of photography. It's like, yes, I remember. I know how this is. I love it. And I still do it and stuff like that. But it's also something that I got to reignite again. Get the fire back fuel, which has been still fueling, but now it's like, okay, we're going back full force. Now I can get back into, if I want to create like a website and stuff like that, coming soon, never know. But like, stuff like that, to just like keep the conversations going and stuff like that. And you inspire me a lot of times when I see you, and I'm saying that to myself, like, damn, because I always like write it in my thing. Like, make sure you get the website done, Ivory. Make sure you're doing this, Ivory. Make sure you're still doing your shoots at least twice a month, Ivory. Like, stuff like that. So I keep up with that.
That's amazing, man. I'm very proud of you, especially seeing your journey, because I've been there since we met. I remember you mentioned to me that you were a photographer.
Can we talk? Wait. Can we talk about how we met?
Okay, yeah. So
you tell it. I gotta say it.
So we met through basically FaceTime. And the girl I was dating at the time, she started working with you at the same company.
Yeah, at our marketing job. Quote, quote.
Yeah, marketing.
That part.
But she mentioned that there was such a person that was very like good energy. She loved the way you like portrayed yourself, like you made her feel better, certain things. And I was like, I gotta meet this person. So one time she called me and you were there.
Well, she would always get ready in my room. That's the thing. So it's like when we were about to get ready to go, I had a big mirror in my room that we were staying in this Airbnb. So she would just come, she showered, she had her clothes on, she'll come in and put her face on. So I bet.
Yeah, that makes sense. That sounds like it. But then, we started talking a lot more. And then you were like asking me questions, and I think we matched because we had the same sweater.
Yes, you have that. Yes, I had like, it was the white collar with the green.
The green Zara.
Yeah.
And I saw it, you were wearing it, and I was like, wait, I had the same sweater. And I was home, and I ran to my closet, I changed, and I was like, Ivory, look, I had the same sweater. And we took a selfie.
I was like, twin, where have you been?
Yeah.
Like I was saying, like I like people that match energies. Like it's like unserious though, but it's like so fun. Cause again, like I told you at that time, it was just like, I'm putting on a smile. I'm trying to keep it going and stuff like that. I'm trying to make some money and stuff like that. So like little moments like that. That's why I say I'm so thankful in 2023 to meet you, Drew, Hav, and Ray and stuff like that around that time was like something that I needed at that time. And again, like just being unserious and just like getting to know you, and then like showing me around into your world of photography and events and even clubbing.
Yeah, oh yeah.
That one time. I like your friends, by the way. Like I always keep saying, like your friends were always like
They're
a vibe.
crazy.
They are well. Hey, we love
In a good way. In a good way.
We
In a
love
good
crazy.
way.
I remember.
Yeah.
I was sorry. A video popped up. When we was at one of the clubs. I brought Drew with me too.
Oh yeah.
Like that one.
Times
I saw.
Square.
I was like, I had again a sweater vest on that in that video. I remember I was dancing on the table, and your friend just like jumped on my back. I'm on the table, but I'm just like,
I remember I looked back and I was like, what just happened?
Right. I hope I didn't break the damn table. So I'm hoping too. We're in an establishment. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how I felt.
But I do remember after that, you told me that you had a camera, and I asked you what type of camera.
I brought her once. I brought her on that trip with me. The Canon T6i.
And you said you had a flash with it also. And then you did a photo shoot. You showed me, and I was like, oh, these look pretty good. And then you asked me if one day I can show you how to edit, or like how you can shadow me.
Cause you were really giving like magazine, like boom, boom. And I was like, we on game, dude. What we doing? Like for me, like I know I'm good. I know that I'm confident in my work and stuff like that. But I am also a student. I like to also learn a lot of things and stuff like that. Cause listen, like I could go to the YouTube tutorials, which I do, and look at like how to edit on Photoshop or Premiere or whatever, not stuff like that. But it's also good to know someone who is equally invested in photography too, and to see like how you work, and really just to stand by you and just to like understand the vision. I was like, okay, I get it, and I respect it. But speaking of visions, by the way, besides photography, like what inspires you more, like in like music, books, or like what like sparks that creativity?
What sparks a lot? It's not music or books, to be honest. It's more of like, I would say like the Middle Eastern culture, because they have such amazing makeup artists. They have such amazing, like the glamour, I feel like originated from there. Because if you compare like the work from that part to like in the US, their makeup's on point. Their hair is amazing. The dresses are like breathtaking. So like when I see those type of videos and I hear, okay, I guess music does play a good part of it, because the music makes the video also.
Yeah.
Like the right song can make a video fierce or very gentle, you know? So I feel like both parties play a big part. Like I've seen those videos, especially with like those pageant queens, them walking, you know, being powerful, projecting themselves, like gets me like inspired. I'm like, I want to make a video with that song. Them like going like this, going, you know, showing like what they can offer and what they can do, like inspires me so much. So that's a big part of it.
I felt like that with a lot of movies, like, well, TV mainly. Like I remember like to really do more Q&A was Euphoria. Like I really love like the cinematic and just haziness of a photo. And I remember I did like, I think it was like 2019, I think it was 2019, after the show first season came out. I remember I did like a Euphoria theme for one of the people I used to work with. She did production as well, and I remember just, I don't know, I love like the colors and the haziness of it. And then music, of course, is like heartbreak for me, heartbreak music, and just like music that just like has a real defining tone in the messaging, really is like empowerment or just feeling your feelings. So I like to show that in pictures, like raw and stuff like that. So really my photography has been more like water-based or outside and stuff like that, or even nudity. Like for me, like I like to show like your true self, because a lot of times we wear a mask, and I'm learning to take the mask off as I go in life, but sometimes keep it on, sometimes, but also take it off.
I remember there was a song they used to sing all the time. It was like, I can buy myself flowers.
See, everybody, so I told you, this is gonna be the 5th episode that we brought up flowers, y'all. I gotta start doing a flowers count. I gotta send this to Miley Cyrus, because this is the point, like, girl, like, we're on the damn record or something. But yeah, that's like, I always say that. I can buy myself flowers, write my name in the sand, like, you know. We have to talk about that self-love, because again, like, one thing in like this business, I would say in photography, you know, it's like you got to be more sure of yourself. I feel like to be, in my opinion, to be more like successful, if you know what you are, who you are, and what you do. So for me, like I know what kind of photographer I am. So I wanted to make sure that how I shoot and what I'm doing for people, they see that energy. They see how it's like, okay, like I like that. Like if I'm especially having a heart to heart with you, I can't be a hypocrite saying like, girl, do you love yourself? I'm like, yeah, I love myself too. Like, nah, like I want you to like really mean like, why do you love yourself? Like you like your freckles? Do you like because of your heart? Do you like because of just like how your hair looks? It could be a physical feature or it could be internal feature of yourself. So again, that's my kind of photography.
Yeah, definitely. And honestly, like being secure, like you said, being confident in yourself is very important because it betrays in your work. Same thing as a model photographer. If a model is shy, scared in her photos, it's gonna show in the photos.
Oh my goodness, all the time.
Yeah, and then people think, oh no, you can just edit it. No, it still shows. And for a photographer also, if you're not sure or confident about your work, it's gonna show also, and that makes your client or it makes your model uncomfortable. Because if something happens and you're freaking out because something went wrong with the camera, if you freak out, the model's gonna freak out.
Yeah.
And then that's gonna cause everybody to freak out, and then the shoot's like the vibe is out. And you have to be confident because if a model sees something's happening and you can take care of it, like I'll fix it, give me a second, or I'll take care of it, the model's gonna be like, he knows what he's doing. I'm in the right place. I'm gonna give it my all now.
Not frantic, like, or cussing one of your people out, like, what the fuck did you do? And you're like,
exactly.
Okay.
You can be freaking out, but just show a calm demeanor.
Yeah, we chill with it. That's it.
Exactly.
I wish I had some of those moments, but we progress. I've had moments before. I remember one time I got mad at one of my friends. Like, I just need you to do this, like one time. But I realized, like, no, don't do that.
Yeah.
But we all have low moments like that. You know what I'm saying? I'm human, you know?
It's a learning process.
Every day is a learning process. Now I want to know, like, is there a shoot in your career that stands out the most?
Is there a shoot that stands out the most? Yes. I would say it would be the shoot that I did with Maria Felix. She was Miss Grand Dominican Republic of last year, and she actually ranked top 5 in the main competition. So I believe you were there also when we got the red carpet, the guys in the suits and the Tesla. It was by Central Park.
Oh!
Yeah.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was.
You just said that. I was really thinking, like, that sounds familiar. Oh.
Yeah, I remember you were there. And I had like 2 other guys there. And that was a big, important shoot for me because...
Yes. Now it's coming back. Sorry. It's all coming back. Go ahead, bro.
So it was important to shoot because it was so last minute also. She reached out like within a week. And she was the successor of Scarcy, the one we shot in the water in the desert.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure everything came out perfect because I already knew the video was going to go internationally. And that was the biggest project for me because I had to get the Tesla. I had to get the red carpet. I had to get the 6 guys in the suit and get the guys together in under than 5 days. And then we were getting kicked out of the public hotel also, remember? we at least we got the shot that we needed over there.
Right.
And then we just set up, and then just that video just blew everything up for me also because a lot of people were just shocked with that. That was in DR, that was in Miami, that was in everywhere. That people were looking and referring to that, and people were copying that concept also. So that's where a lot of clientele came from me because they were like, instead of doing like those normal portraits, each just outside in the park or like New York City, he made a whole setup for this queen.
Yeah.
And then like, especially the 6 guys there like in the middle and everything, people were like extremely impressed with that part. And after that, I got a lot of clientele from like different queens, Miss Universes, Supras, Cosmos, everything. And, you know, trying to be like, we want a production with you and we'll follow you and we'll follow your lead. And that just like started building and building from there and just skyrocketed everything up.
Now, when you have like moments like that, you obviously like inspired, impacted a lot of people. Can you recall like at least like one thing a person has said to you, like wherever you shot with them or worked with them, and they said to you like how amazing and professional you were, but really meant a lot to them at that moment?
Yes, there was one time where I was teaching this one person, and he had basically the same story as me. Family didn't support him. Had to go to school. Didn't like it. He wanted to do photography, videography. And he would shadow me a lot. And there was one time he told me that it meant a lot to him that I was letting him shadow me, that I was giving him some jobs also, because he looked up to me in Instagram. He found me on Instagram. And the way he found me was actually funny because he found me during a fashion show. And he's like, I recognized you by your hair.
Okay.
Yeah, because we were like there.
Well, you do have nice hair though.
Oh, thank you. He was like, I saw the puffiness and I knew it had to be you. And I was like, okay. So
it's giving Johnny Bravo. I'm not gonna hold you. They're looking at it more now than lately. Yeah.
I need a haircut, but it's more of like the way he said it. Because I told him my story. I told him how I started because he did ask, and he's like, I relate so much because I'm in that situation right now. So by me like helping me out, he's doing great now. He does like a lot of concerts. He's doing like portraits, agency also, and he's making good money. And I feel like to me, it's like if you have at least one person believing in you, it can change your whole future. Because that can motivate you to do a bunch of things you never knew you were capable of. And for him to say that, to be like, thank you for believing in me, thank you for doing like accepting me as one of your students,
right,
meant a lot to me. And for me, it was like, okay, I can make a change in other videographers' lives because I don't want them to be in the same position that I was, where like no one believed in me and it was just my friends pushing me. My friends were like those people believing in me.
Yeah, man.
So I want to be that person that inspires those photographers that are kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out, to be like that final push so they can experience the whole life of like the industry. And if they make it, you know, I'm happy for them. And if not, at least they tried, you know. So.
And you're that for me.
I really appreciate that you saying that.
No, yeah. You are. Because again, like I already said earlier, but like I definitely have my foot in and foot out at times. Again, I've been doing this for 14 years, you know, and I always loved it and will always still love it. But again, it's like just seeing your person, even when we have our private conversations and stuff like that, it's just like, it definitely makes me like want to keep going harder. It's like, dude, like this is not how we're going to go out. We're going to continue to go stronger. And when this fall comes and the rest of the time comes, you'll see me doing my thing.
Yeah, and I'm always watching, even though we might not text all the time. And I see you doing your thing. I'm just like, wow, he's pushing. Like he's really doing what he wanted to do.
Because I want better. I want better for me. You know, I think that's just something that like, I mean, like I said, I'm in like my healing phase right now. I'm almost 5 months of alcohol clean, and just like, you know, like it's like, what do I want for myself in this life? You know, and I think that I've said this in a lot of my episodes already of just like trying to understand, and I think you can relate to of just like, what do we want out this life, and how we're gonna get for that life? How we're gonna try to get there? You know. Because a lot of times it's like, I can say, I'm this, I'm that, but what work am I doing to get to that? You know what I'm saying? So
it's one thing to say it, it's another thing to make it happen.
Now, with that being said, how would you like people to view your work?
I would like them to view it in a way of that whatever you wear, whatever you do, it portrays like who you really are. So like if you're shy, you know, you can be powerful. Like if you're sad, you can act happy. Like it's those type of things. It's basically like acting. Like in these productions, they give you scenarios. Be like this, be like that. And you can
again?
Huh? So like in these productions, they give you like scenarios where like you can do this and you can do that. Like I want you to portray fierceness. I want you to portray like you're confident. And people do it. Like you said, fake it till you make it.
Yeah.
And honestly, that's true. You can fake it until you make it, and then eventually you'll be like, how'd I get here?
Burnout.
Yeah. And I feel like I want them to portray like, even if like you're shy, even if like you're new to this, or like just people more advanced than you can still pull it off. Because I worked with like very shy people, people that are new in the industry.
Yeah.
And I'm actually looking out for these 2 new models that they're new in the industry, been modeling less than a year, and they've already been in a fashion show. They're already been in photo shoots. They've been in like certain like product shoots also. And I've been there like throughout their whole time doing it. And I'm very proud of them for that. But it's like they started out so shy, and it's like the journey they have. It's inspiring. It's amazing. And just knowing that my work inspired them to do that. Because the first thing funny story. We had a shoot, and one of the sisters, her name is Chrismar. She was a replacement of the actual model because the model got sick. And it was my first time meeting her. Her sister, Wilmar, actually knew of me. And it was funny because she came into the studio. She looked at me. She looked away. And I was like, hi. I was like this, mid-high. And I thought, I was like, okay, she doesn't want to talk.
Right.
Later on, I found out that she knew my work, and she's hyping me up, like to the other models, like, you should work with him. I love his work and everything.
We love it.
Yep. And then after that, they told me the story, how they're starting, how like the confidence and everything. And now they're killing it. Like, not all of them. Like, I see them as family. They're very close to me, and the amount of like goals they're achieving in the amount of time, it's extremely impressive and extremely like inspiring. And knowing that my work inspired them to do that, just because the first thing they did when they had a photo shoot with me, they told me like, you made me feel more confident. You made me feel more beautiful. Like, I was too shy to do this, but you brought it out of me.
I'm telling you, it's about the person and the character like behind the lens. It's because at the same time, it's like, I feel like you're your most vulnerable in front of the camera.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Say hi, camera. Like, it's intimidating. It's like, it's a little nerve wracking. It's like, oh, I don't want to mess up. But it's also like, the person behind it has to make you feel safe. You have to feel comfortable, especially in certain scenarios, whatever the shoot entails or what you want for it. Yes. You have to trust your camera guy, in my opinion.
Yes, because there's a lot of videographers that have not the best energy or intentions that I've met also. So it's very hard to find those that are willing to help you. And like you said, it's the energy. It's the camera guy. Comfortable, you're most vulnerable, but you feel comfortable, you're going to succeed.
Right. I'm giving you consent to literally shoot me in whatever way, the shoot is, stuff like that. So I want to make sure that we here. You know what I mean? But besides with that, I want to also know is like, you've been doing this for so long. So like, how do you still stay inspired with photography?
I keep on learning. I keep on trying new features and programs, new lighting techniques, new settings on the cameras. Because like I said, every year there's a new feature. So for me, photography and videography is not a category where like, once you know everything, you can't learn anything else. You have to keep on learning. And actually, I learned a new style that was developing within the month of July. So my work is going to be changing a little bit more on Instagram and how I'm portraying. Before it was more glamour. Now I'm incorporating more glamour, high fashion type of aesthetics. Okay. So trying to combine both worlds into one. So like the beauty of glamour, but then also the impact and like the posing of like high fashion, trying to make it into one, trying to create a new style, because eventually you do get burnt out. Yeah. And I found myself, once I get burnt out with glamour, I don't enjoy editing as much. And I start delaying it and
pushing it back.
Yes. So I actually, my girls, Chrismar and Wilmar, they actually told me that maybe we should change your style. Maybe we should add this, add that. She even called me. They called me to watch a Netflix show, so because they like the cinematic part of it, and they were like, "Watch this, look at it, get inspired with this." Like they helped me, and I'm a person that like I don't take critique, and I'm like, "Oh, but I know better." No, I'm gonna take your advice because you see things that I don't see. So if you see that I'm losing passion for it, then it must be true.
Where I'm about to harp on when you just said something. You don't take critique. You say you don't take critique?
No, I'm not a person that doesn't take critiques.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so like if you critique me, I'm gonna take it and build on it. So if you tell me like, oh, like too much saturations, too much, contrast, too much sharpness, I'm gonna be like, okay, let me see if I can like fix that and let's see how it looks before and after. So they were telling me they think my work was becoming too like repetitive and they needed something more. I didn't take it as an insult. I take it, okay, it's time to level up. Yeah, to make a change.
I'm telling you, it's about that. It's about that village, the tribe of people you need.
Yes,
you know what I mean, man. But I also realize that with community, the people that you have, like your mentors, your peers, and stuff like that. Even though we've already talked about a lot of them in this interview, what exactly like? I would say this again. If I'm repeating myself, let me know. But what roles, in a sense, do they really play in your life? Like your mentors and your friends and the people that want to help you succeed?
They're like my motivation support.
Mm-hmm.
So my mentors, they have more experience than me, definitely. They're older than me. They've been through so much and bigger productions than me. And whenever I reach a point to that where they've been already, I would ask for like advice. Even though I'm NYC, people always say he's NYC Live. They don't even know me by my actual name anymore.
Right.
Yeah. So they're like, oh, he's NYC Live. He knows how to do this. He knows how to do that. I'm still learning. So when I do get to a point where I don't know what I'm doing, I'm not afraid to ask for help to people who have experience. So it's more of like losing that ego and accepting help and knowing and recognizing those support of your friends, of your mentors, that they're there to help you.
Yeah.
And to lose that ego is the most important part. Because once you have ego, I feel like that's the downfall of every photographer, videographer.
Yeah.
So my mentors and friends really help me motivate and push me to where I am today. And even to now, they're pushing me to go higher heights.
Speaking of higher heights, where do you see your work taking you in the next 5 to 10 years?
I feel like I know my work is going to hit international levels. I do want to be more solidified with Netflix or like more movie productions, or even working with like organizations. Like instead of making like videos for like the queens individually, actually working with the pageants, like when it actually is occurring. Because pageants are like a month. During that 1 month, they're doing different activities, getting popularity, trying to see who's getting points added to see who's going to win.
Right.
Instead of doing those individually, doing the whole production for the pageants, working with the higher, famous people, attending those events where you didn't think were possible before. So definitely more high production environment where we need like a whole team, higher stress level, but we love it.
Of course.
So that's where I see myself.
Now, Keiber, I have my last question. If your younger self was to sum up your journey in photography, what would he be saying?
Get some sleep. I'm joking.
I'm like,
So I feel like he would say, I think he would be very proud. I know he would be very proud because being, held back for so many years, being afraid to show the artistic side of yourself because of, Hispanic culture, which is nothing wrong with it.
what is your ethnicity?
Peruvian.
Okay.
Yeah. So we're very like traditional, 9 to 5, studying, real jobs, office jobs, real jobs apparently. But I feel like he'd be very proud knowing that I wasn't afraid to chase what I wanted to, and that now how I was inspired by others, people are inspired by me. Just because I didn't give up and just because I decided to keep on going, especially with a lot of people against me or like the odds against me, knowing that we pushed through it, we got it done. And now no matter what condition or what situation I get placed in, I know I can get it through it and I can thrive in it. Because that's the one thing if I learn to do, and I'm very proud of myself, is I know how to thrive in chaos. So you get me into a stress environment, I'm bringing it to an opportunity.
I have a question. Did you shoot the Met Gala?
Yeah, we were one of there.
I was wondering, how stressful is that?
Very stressful, not because of like the timing or anything, only because a lot of photographers fight for that shot. They fight for that spot. So it's very competitive. Photographers are very vicious, like believe it or not. And they get paid for each shot. So it was an experience where it's very fast paced. It's basically like New Year Fashion Week.
Yeah.
You gotta have your spot, get the shot, but then you have to deal with the photographer, videographers, and the people come and go. So you gotta get there fast.
I only bring that up personally because I feel like in the next 5 to 10 years, obviously you're already in those spaces now. I can just see you owning your own business in a sense of just like high fashion and just showing inclusivity and stuff like that, and just models. Like I just feel like that's what I said. Like I just feel like you deserve to be in those spaces, and these people don't know what they're missing out on. And trust me, you're going to be hearing Keiber's name in NYC Live a lot more often.
Definitely, that's the goal.
It's happening.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and it's a beautiful thing because sometimes you don't recognize it.
It's hard to. Well, here's the thing. I am the same way because people would tell me, like my cousin last week was telling me, like, you're a great photographer. And I'm like, okay. Like, you know, I don't know how to take a compliment. I know you're the same way. You're very like neutral every time in your stature and stuff like that. And I feel like, I don't know, like I said, like it's hard to sometimes take a compliment or to like people tell you like your work is amazing and stuff like that, or what you do for efforts, because it is. It's just be celebrated more, you know. Mm-hmm. But I want to let you know, like, you're doing a great job, man. You're doing everything that you're supposed to be doing. And again, like don't let anything get you caught up in what you're doing. I'm always gonna be there, help, sis, and then you know, support. You know, man.
Thank you. I really appreciate that, and also expect the same from me. I'm always being here for you.
You are always there for me. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Like, you know, at this point, we're family. So,
you know, bro,
everything we went through, how we met, is like crazy that we just met through FaceTime.
Remember Jersey City and all this stuff?
Oh, yeah, I remember.
Just stuff, you know, just saying, just general, just like life and stuff like that, bro. But real quick, I want to do a rapid fire questions with you, okay?
Yeah.
Photography edition. Mm-hmm. All right. Film or digital?
Digital.
Okay. Sunrise or sunset shoots?
Ooh, sunset.
You know what I'm saying? They be hitting.
I love the warm colors.
Right? The warmth of it all?
Yes, I love warm colors.
Bro, it be hitting. Mm-hmm. A dream shoot location?
Dream shoot location, I would say on top of Machu Picchu.
Ooh, okay. Favorite lens or gear you can't live without?
24-70 G Master. That's an all-around lens I use.
Nice. All right. Most unexpected thing that happened on set?
I would say my card formatting. Having the issue with my memory card.
I'm telling you, people don't realize when you have this memory card, SD cards, like issues and stuff like that, it's the most stressful thing in the world, man. I'm telling you, people don't get that. If you really have a camera, you'll see. All right. All right. Coffee or tea while editing? I know this one already.
Coffee.
Right.
Yeah.
One thing people always get wrong about photographers.
That it's our camera that takes the best photos. Your camera takes such good photos. Okay, take the photo.
Right.
Here you go. You do the same.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of cameras, can you introduce your cameras that you have today?
Yeah, of course. So here we have the A7R Mark IV with the 24-70 G Master lens, my go-to, with the extended battery, which includes 2 of the main lithium batteries, so it gives you double the power. It's a heavy hitter if you hold it. It's definitely a heavy boy right there.
Big boy.
Mm-hmm. It's a full frame camera. I've been using this for years. And for this one, it's an FX30. This is my video camera with the Viltrox 35 prime lens 1.2. We actually just got this lens from them. And I can't wait to use it. I still haven't used them in a shoot. Definitely going to use it with the FX30. And if you guys don't know the FX30, it's Netflix certified. So
you heard of Netflix? Bro, I'm telling you, already in these rooms already. Stop playing. He just did it like, you know, it's Netflix certified.
So this is my main video camera, main photo camera. Like to have them different just for different purposes because this is a crop sensor. So you get more out of that. But videos, this is impeccable.
And your videos are impeccable with it too, man.
Thank you.
Now, can you tell the people where they can find you, Mr. Keiber?
So they can find me on Instagram as NYC Live, and most likely you can always find me in New York City, roaming around shooting, either anywhere on a random weekend or a weekday.
Do you have anything coming up right now you want to share with the people?
I do. I actually have a project with Miss Grand Brazil, and I'm going to Miami to work with the Cuba team, Miss Grand Cuba and Miss Teen Cuba.
Ooh.
And we're actually going to Miss Universe in Thailand in November for the final weeks. And we're going to take some content there also. We got invited. So
Bro, congratulations.
Thank
You're going
you.
to Thailand?
Yeah, we're going to Thailand.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
I want a shirt, though.
I got you.
You're gonna something like that.
Yeah, I got you.
But all right, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching and listening to the Getting Older podcast. I have Keiber here. I appreciate you so much for coming here, man. I know you, because listen, Keiber is, I don't want to say you're shy, but you're definitely not a in front of the camera person. So you doing this for me, honestly, it means a lot to me, because you're really not like a in front of the person camera. But listen, man, you got to show who you are, man. We want the world to know who you are. I'm going to keep gassing you up, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'll be putting more videos up, especially for my new collabs and sponsors. You'll be seeing a lot more of me in front of the camera, getting used to it. But thank you for having me. This is actually my first podcast too.
I know, man. We gotta get you going, bro. We gotta get you going.
Yeah,
we're gonna work on it.
Yeah, you got the ball rolling, so I appreciate that.
We gotta start somewhere, brother. Okay.
All right.
But all right, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Again, you could please like, comment, subscribe. Also, we're also on all streaming platforms such as Apple Music, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, and Spotify. Okay. So thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you very soon. Bye.